Game 1 of the Battle of Ontario has just concluded, and we got a decisive winner in this one as the Toronto Maple Leafs defeated the Ottawa Senators 6-2. So many questions going into this game for Leafs fans. Would Craig Berube have the team ready to go from Game 1? Would Mitch Marner continue his excellent play this year and step up in the big game? Finally, for me, the most compelling story, what would this maybe best version of the Leafs defense and goaltending do to the Senators? And let's start with the back end. Today, we learned that Oliver Ekman-Larsson would be dressing for the Leafs, and 7.5 minutes into the game, he's out there with the Leafs' fourth line when Scott Laughton finds him as he's drifted towards the middle. He rips it. 1-0 on Ullmark. Last year in the playoffs, the Leafs got one total goal from their defense. By the end of this game, including OEL's and Morgan Riley's, they've already surpassed that. And that's exactly what the Leafs need, more diverse scoring. So it's not just falling on Nylander, Marner, Matthews, and Tavares, who are prone to getting shut down for games. But the top line did connect for a beautiful goal. 8 minutes left in the period. Matthews, with a nice defensive effort, finds Mitch Marner, who's hanging out high above the Senators' defenders. He speeds in on the breakaway. Beautiful shot off the crossbar and in. What an exciting moment. I was actually watching this one with my son. He was very impressed by Mitchie here. Anyway, near the end of the first, we get a pretty weak moment from Stolarz. Toronto overall. Dylan Cousins throws the puck on net. Stolarz can't pull it in, and Drake Batherson bats home the rebound 2-1. However, the very efficient special teams of Toronto would end up putting this game away. Tavares, 9 seconds into a second period power play, restores the 2-goal lead. Nylander on the 2-man advantage will then make it 4-1, and the Leafs would get another power play goal in the third as Matthew Knies grabs the 6th goal of the team. Either way, this one would end 6-2, and I think if you're a Leaf fan, not a whole lot you're concerned about after this game. The Senators did out-hit the Leafs, but it didn't feel to me like they were smothering them like some teams have in the past. They had power play success, their defense was contributing, and at the end of the game when things got tough, players like Domi stepped up. For the Senators, I think while this game is a tough pill to swallow, there are some pretty clear paths forward. A ton of dumb penalties really helped give this game away. Ullmark probably needs to be better. And you got to hope for a couple bounces, to be honest. Brady had a breakaway that he wasn't able to put home, things like that. You got to hope to improve on for next game. But I mean, first playoff game in 8 years, there's going to be some rust. I wouldn't say that I felt like the Senators couldn't hang with the Leafs or that the two teams were on completely different levels, but the Leafs played a much more complete and clean game tonight. Those are my thoughts anyway. By the way, you guys know we partner with Rate Game here on the channel. For this one, Battle of Ontario, pretty fun. I'm going to give the game an 8. You can check out Rate Game, join the hockey community over there by following the link down in the description. Again, treat it like Letterboxd or Goodreads. You can look back and see every game you've watched and rated. But that's all I've got. See you next time.